don't know what I'm saying. Are we streaming to YouTube
think
yet?
people getting what? Yeah, we should be live to YouTube.
Okay,
Hello,
thank
hello
God.
YouTube.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Awesome Hardware. This is episode 132, Side A, live show that Paul and I do every single Tuesday right here.
Oh shit, Jesus!
Oh my God!
Noob.
As you can see here, we're trained professionals, and this is a very smooth operating show that
Been a while since that
never goes wrong. This is a live show that we do every single Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, right here on twitch.tv/awesomehardware.
Good to know that the mics are working.
Yes, that is true. That was just our audio test. It was a sound test approved. And then we also stream to YouTube. We split it up into two halves there this week. The first half of the show is on my channel, which is what you're watching now if you're on YouTube. And then you can go ahead and hop over to Paul's channel, youtube.com/paulshardware. You can find the link in my description below as soon as we finish up this half. This is a tech news show for the most part. It's sort of a variety show as well. We do other fun things like play games against each other.
Musical acts.
Comedy. Ballroom dancing.
Yeah.
Chainsaw juggling. All the good stuff.
We have like a person from a zoo that will come here with like a pterodactyl.
Yeah.
And then it'll peck one of our eyes out.
Right. And then
That's all coming later on my half.
Yep. It's always the good stuff on Paul's half.
It's not true, by the way. My half's gonna suck.
No, it'll have just the same amount of preparation as all of our other halves do.
That's
very minimal.
Yeah.
So it'll be just perfect. So guys, stay tuned for that. We also have stores that you guys can support us by or support us through by picking up something from either of our e-commerce stores. I have merchandise ranging from t-shirts to decals to hoodies, sweaters, all the above pretty much. Okay. Go ahead and check those out.
Yeah,
I don't have anything particularly new, but you should buy one of everything there, and then go ahead and head over to Paul's website, which is paulshardware.net, his store. He's got the bottle openers that are super high quality. He has keycaps. Thumbscrew keycaps. Those are fantastic.
I've seen a couple people tweet me with the keycaps they've installed. Makes your computer faster.
It does.
Lets you type faster.
Turns any key that you put it on, it turns it into an overclocking button.
Helps you narrow down your searches, your special internet searches faster.
What if every time you hit it, it only searched for thumb screws? It was like a hotkey for thumb screw search, or a one-click to buy,
or just to go to my store
to buy a single thumb screw,
to buy something awesome like a stainless steel bottle opener.
Or that could work too.
Like one of these.
I like the thumb screw button idea.
Look at that. It's a bottle opener.
Bottle opener.
Okay.
Do it.
Thank you for all of you who have been supporting us. There's been actually a ton of orders going on for the holiday season, I assume, or just because like people like to buy stuff at the end of the year. So thank you. We are also having a December discount. I didn't even say that. I don't know. Are you not doing that? Kyle's not doing that because he's like, I don't care.
No, I don't know.
I don't think you are because it doesn't say that on your store.
Okay, then I'm not.
You must have never answered John's email.
Well, there's the tables have turned.
There you go.
My goodness.
I do have a discount going on right now for the holidays. So if you spend $50 or more, you save 10%. Spend $100 or more, you save 20%. I'm trying to encourage you to buy more stuff.
I do have a sale going on. It's not a holiday sale per se, but I have sales on baseball caps, the CPU cooler hoodies, and the Navy tri-blends.
There are discounts.
It's a Bitwit logo. So while supplies last. Buy something from our stores, and we'll shout Johnson at you at the end of each half of the show. Also, I see your donations. Thanks, El Jefe. You guys can continue donating in Super Chat for if you're on YouTube. We'll be reading all of the messages attached to those donations at each half, each end of the half, at the end of each half of the show. Wow. I haven't drank enough beer.
Well spoken, sir.
Because I always slur my words anytime I'm sober. But as soon as I drink, I'm like right as rain. All right, let's start off with our first segment. Since we were a couple minutes late today, we'll just dive right in with Ask the Audience. We're asking you guys questions, and you have to answer honestly. It's the only way that we could ever possibly get closer to you and feel like we know who you are.
There's lower thirds for this.
What your voice? We need to hear your voice as a single body. As our audience. It's a good way for us to get to know you and try to guess what you guys might think.
Expected.
Ask the audience with the giant globe in the background because that's you. You're the big world, and we have no idea who you are. So we're gonna try to find out. We're gonna try to find out what makes your gears turn, what makes your clocks tick, what tickles your pickle. I can't top that one. So I'll just stop right there.
It's the cup and you know what we didn't do? What we didn't do at the beginning of the show?
Announcement.
Oh yeah, well, you're right. We didn't do several things.
Oh wait, we didn't do multiple things. All
All
right.
right. First off,
Announcement first.
just a warning that sometimes we cuss and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Bad language warning for any kids out there. We drink some beer. Hey, we're drinking beer. Cheers. Yay, thanks for joining us.
Hey. Drinking a Sierra Nevada Holiday Haze IPA.
I'm drinking a Sierra Nevada Wintertide Ale. And also, announcement, this Saturday in 4 days on the 9th of December. Remember the 9th of December.
December 9th.
We're going to be doing a charity live stream for 12 hours. We're going to be playing video games from right here. We're going to be accepting donations, which we will keep. The donations are going to be going to charity, and the donations will also enter you to win one of 2 awesome computers. I've already built. Have you built yours?
No.
Kyle hasn't built his.
I'm going to build it maybe tomorrow.
Mine's awesome. It's a Threadripper system. It's got a 1900X and an X399 motherboard, and it's super sweet. So be there, be square. I'm looking forward to playing video games.
Me too. I'm super excited.
I really haven't done that in a while.
Neither have I.
But anyway. All right, so ask the audience.
Yeah.
Everyone join us.
Everyone join us for.
We'll be streaming on this channel as well as our individual Twitch channels.
So
the Awesome Hardware Twitch channel, and we're hopefully also going to be streaming to our individual Twitch channels. Mine is Paul's Hardware. Yours is, what is yours now?
Bitwit Kai.
Bitwit Kai.
Someone took Bitwit Kyle already because I didn't get it in time.
Douchebags.
I'm dumb. Sucks.
All
That's okay. My family calls me Kyle.
Have we? You know what we should have done was ask the audience things. All right. Was this getting posted in chat yet? I'm not sure if Cell did that. Hi Cell, and thanks for being here.
Yay, Cell. I don't think so, but that's okay. I wouldn't expect him to, because we hadn't really started talking about it yet. But okay, go ahead and answer the first survey that Paul's thrown into chat.
I just posted it.
Did you post it in both? I can post it in the other one. Oh wait, no, I can't. I'm not.
Kyle's first question for all of you out there, in order to ask the audience,
how many viewers or how many of you are plagued with ketchup and mustard cables in your system? How many of you have ketchup and mustard right now?
We're asking you to be honest.
Be honest. If you have it, say you do. If you don't. Say you don't.
Don't beat around the bush here.
Because otherwise it'll cheapen our answers. Because we're actually trying to legitimately guess what you guys have. So Paul, what do you think? Ketchup and mustard cables. For those of you who are new or who aren't familiar, ketchup and mustard refers to the sort of stock cables that you get with a lot of sort of entry-level power supplies that actually have the red and yellow wires that don't look all that great. You guys probably have seen them a million times, so you're familiar with it. But we tend to call it ketchup and mustard just because it's yellow and red. And who likes ketchup and mustard in their build anyway? So there's a perfect example. Paul has just brought one up.
I tried.
And then it forwarded us to an Antec article.
This is where it's from.
Everywhere.
This picture, courtesy of an Antec.
That's some serious ketchup and mustard right there.
It's like, do you want some fries with that?
Whoa, Nelly. Yeah, no kidding. How about a hot dog? Throw a hot dog at your power supply right now. That would really complete the picture, wouldn't it? All right, Paul. So I think it's
we gotta bet the percentage, right?
Bet the percentage. As always, it's got to be at least.
The poll's broken.
The poll is broken.
That's what chat's saying.
What?
According to YouTube chat. I didn't post it in YouTube chat.
No, it looks perfectly fine here.
Maybe the link was cut off. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna repost it in chat.
Or maybe chat's just trolling. Sometimes.
Oh shit. Oh god, are you serious? It's making me log in.
The second time.
Are you kidding me?
Just don't worry about it.
Wow.
With Facebook?
Oh, what? I hate sites that ask you to log in with Facebook because I don't use Facebook.
Oh yeah, Facebook is.
I'm like, why can't I just log in without any social media site?
So the point we're trying to get at here.
Stupid. What?
What was the point you were trying to get at?
We're trying to guess how many of them have ketchup and mustard.
All right, so percentage-wise, right?
Percentage-wise.
All right, I'll go first.
Okay.
42%.
42%?
Yep. 42%.
Oddly specific. It makes me think that you know something.
That's dead on. That's dead on.
It makes me think you're cheating somehow.
There's no possible way that it's not 42%.
Are you able to paste the link into sell?
I clicked it in YouTube chat, and it led to this correct page.
Is
so
sell in chat right now?
people might be clicking wrong. They might be using the wrong. Like when you click, if you're left clicking, there's a specific action, and if you don't do it properly, it might not take. It's a little known fact about using the computer.
Cellio, if you're watching.
That or people are trolling. Like honestly, I clicked. Why are you still saying this? I clicked it. See, I just clicked it and it did that.
Yeah.
See,
I know.
it's fine.
Well, maybe the
404 people in chat not found. Or that's awful.
all the honest people aren't found.
Yeah.
You people with integrity.
404 liars in chat are found. That's what what I found.
Found a bunch of bullshit.
What now?
God damn it! All right, I'm posting the link in chat.
It's fine. Are you gonna?
There, they all shut up now.
I feel like you're trying to change the subject because my guess was so accurate and so dead on, and you're about to lose.
Okay.
And obviously, there's a lot at stake here since we haven't said what's at stake.
All right. 42%. I'm gonna say. I think it's less than that. I think out of the people who watch our show, I'm gonna say 33%. 33%. I think exactly a third of our audience has ketchup and mustard in their system.
All right, so
I think a third is fair.
So we need to remember those numbers, by the way.
42,
which are probably
33,
probably not. But before we do that, let's take a sneak peek at the next question, which I'm pasting in the chat right now. At least in the Twitch chat. I pasted it into Twitch chat.
I'll handle YouTube.
So everyone get a head start on this one. Which title deserves the Game of the Year in 2017? Obviously, Kyle has listed only the possible options. There are no other good games besides these 5.
Well, these are the big nominees.
Well, these are the
actual nominees for Game of the Year.
And there's
it's
of
like
course
a whole
controversy
Oscars award.
because
There is. I think it was we talked about this. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is still in beta or early access. It's still in early access. It's not really a fully developed game, and so people were like, should it even be nominated? But it is still nominated.
Super Mario Odyssey, obviously,
that's a big nominee.
Undergoing the very, very
number one video game on Black Friday. That was for sales.
Yeah, but they're facing that lawsuit.
They are?
That was
for what? Being fun?
There's the IP. They're
the Fun Police.
It's Homer.
Suing?
They're being sued by Homer.
Homer Simpson?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
No.
Is there a Simpsons type thing?
Destiny 2 has been well received.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that might be.
And it's on
Dark
PC.
Horse.
It's on PC as well.
And then of course Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Controversy there being that they were not able to add it twice as people expected, that there would be 2. They could choose it twice. They could make that option. Cuphead. I've never heard of it.
It's a 2D side scroller, I think.
Actually, I have heard of it. I've heard it's pretty addictive and fun.
Yeah.
But let's see what people think about the ketchup and mustard syndrome. Are you a fan of it or not? Was what we asked you.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. We asked if you actually have that in your computer.
Yep.
I said 69% of people.
No, you did not. Stop making up your favorite number.
Are you getting all kinds of...
pretending your favorite numbers.
Oh, because you're logging into stuff.
I think so.
So no, I said 42%. Kyle said
you did.
33%.
Yeah.
Survey says...
You guys said...
Am I going to get like a...
70%. Wow. I was pretty damn close.
So you were closest with 30%.
30%.
All right. Well then.
And they have
it just changed to 69%.
What?
Which was what I originally thought.
No, that's not what you originally. That's what you said afterwards.
That's true.
You're lying. We have it on camera. Stop lying to our fans.
This is so much fun. Hey.
I love lying.
All right.
All right. Let's move on to our...
It's good to know, though. It's good to know that the vast majority of our fans have solid taste, are willing to, spend a little extra on the finer things in life. Because really, that's what life's all about. That's what our show's all about. It's these little moments that we share with each other.
It's the small things. It's the little things. I'm glad that there's most of you aren't subjected to that, but that's okay if you are.
We need to render our opinions on which title deserves Game of the Year 2017.
Okay.
I went first last time, so I believe you have
All
the
right.
honors.
I'm gonna say that I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that you guys think Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild should be Game of the Year, because even though it is a console game, a console exclusive, I feel like Nintendo gets sort of a pass when it comes to the whole PC versus console war. And really, PCs are really just kind of the only real rivals they have are the PlayStation and Xbox, because Nintendo's sort of on its own island, right? It's like your grandma plays Nintendo Wii or whatever, the Switch. And I've also seen a lot of you on Twitter. I took a poll and said, what do you guys bring with you on trips? If not your smartphone, besides your smartphone, what's the one piece of tech you bring with you when you travel? And an overwhelming number of you guys said your Nintendo Switch, which I was not expecting. And so it cued me in to be like, okay, this is something that goes hand in hand with PCMR, the PC Master Race.
Yeah, the Switch,
Switch
don't snitch.
And this is the biggest game of the platform this year. So
Switches,
that's my vote.
Switches get stitches.
Switches are bitches get switches.
All right, I'm gonna go for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. And,
Of course you are.
I'm
traitor.
This is a callous.
How could you?
I'm purely going for the win here. Callously only looking at the numbers. I'm like if I was a stockbroker coming in and looking at the gaming market and I had no idea and I'd never played a game before, I'm going with this purely based on the numbers right now. Dominating Steam, so many players, people getting into building computers because of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Who cares if it's in beta? It's a game people are playing. It's valid.
And you think our viewers feel the same way?
That's what I'm banking on.
Okay. All right. Well, before we look at the results there and see how wrong Paul truly is, let's go ahead and ask you guys our third question of the night, which is, what is your preferred content streaming service?
Oh.
And I mean more like TV shows and movies rather than like, Twitch streamers and stuff like that. So our options here are Hulu, Sling TV, YouTube TV, Netflix.
Yeah, obviously you're leaving Twitch out
all
here.
All the big ones.
But
yeah.
we don't want an obvious winner in there.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about there's a specific type of content. It's more like premium content more than content creators, right? Okay. So I'll go ahead and post that into chat if Cell hasn't already.
Cell has posted it into Twitch chat. Thank you very much, Cell, for doing that.
All right, so it's in YouTube chat now too. So you guys go ahead and answer honestly there. What's your favorite content streaming service? And then we're gonna go ahead and figure out what you guys thought or think Game of the Year 2017 should be.
Also, I mean, but just before we show the results here, we should clarify this. World's exclusive for Game of the Year, telling you guys who the winner's going to be. Like this, you guys are hearing it first right here.
Pretty much.
Because obviously,
because
whatever the winner
this
of
is
this
a small
straw poll is, this is a microcosm of the gaming community as a whole.
Yeah.
Watching our show. I mean, it's only the important gamers.
Exactly. We probably have all the members of the Game of the Year board, all the board members watching us right now.
Exactly. So you guys heard it here first. Again, my horse was PUBG. Kyle foolishly chose Legend of Zelda.
We'll see who's the fool.
Survey says
the real fool.
Oh my god!
Oh
my god!
3%.
Wow.
3%.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
Nintendo coming through strong with the win here. I mean, I'll give it to them. Nintendo, I enjoy. They do stupid stuff sometimes, and you tend to forget it because they have such classic legendary titles, such as in the Zelda series and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't even played Breath of the Wild, so I mean, obviously.
Neither have I.
You haven't either? You picked it, you haven't even played it?
Well, everyone we know who games on PC.
That's also part of why I chose PUBG. It's the only one of these games I've actually played.
Like Steve. Steve's the biggest PC gamer I know, personally.
He's a massive PC
and
gamer.
He's the first thing, like when we were going to CES, I think it was CES last year, he was in the car with us, I think, right? And he had his Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
And he's like, here, check this out. And it was Breath of the Wild. I was like, okay. And then my brother-in-law, Kyle 2.0, he's huge. He's a huge advocate of the Switch, and he also was vouching for.
We should clarify. Kyle actually has a biological copy, a clone of himself.
That is not.
Call him Kyle 2.0.
Very inaccurate.
Known as his brother-in-law.
Yeah.
But anyway, go on.
It's complicated, I guess. Sure. So yeah, I mean, I'm not terribly surprised, but it's kind of cool that, you know, with our core demographic being a bunch of PC gamers, that a console exclusive, even in their eyes, deserves the title of Game of the Year.
I'm impressed.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool, guys. Pretty cool.
Way to go, Nintendo.
And by the way, you owe us 2 big drinks so far. You could save them for the end since you're already 2 down and you're about to be 3 with this last question here. Preferred content streaming service. What do you think, Paul?
All right.
You get to go first on this one.
I gotta appreciate that there is some competition in the marketplace, but Hulu and Sling TV are out. This is definitely a choice between YouTube, Netflix, and Amazon. You specifically put YouTube TV, and in my mind, I feel like not quite as many people have picked that up yet. So even though YouTube's insanely popular, and that is what we both like, you know, make videos for a living, I'm gonna go with Netflix. I just feel like it has the widest install base right now. Like there's more people with a Netflix subscription that have subscriptions to YouTube TV or Amazon. Although Amazon's catching up, and you know, people might have incidental Amazon subscriptions elsewise for Prime or something, but don't even use the video streaming service, for example. But for this survey here, I'm gonna go with Netflix.
Well, that was clearly the cop-out answer, and you totally fell for that.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have to go for the second big player in this situation, which is Amazon. They've been hitting it pretty hard with all the their whatchamacallit.
I'm curious, why did you put YouTube TV rather than just YouTube? Were you paid? Did YouTube pay you?
What does that have to do with anything?
Does YouTube TV have some sort of
I told you
underground like marketing scheme going on right now where they're like, hey, we're gonna do some shady business to publicize this new service? I have no basis for that. That's
like, where are you getting this?
It's a horrible accusation to me. I just had a YouTube TV thing will pop up, like, be like, hey, you want to try YouTube TV?
I signed up for it. I got it. Yeah.
Is it
just to watch like 1 or 2 shows?
Is it the same as YouTube Red or what?
No, it's actually live TV. There's like a 3-minute delay or something like that, but it's actually from live TV.
Oh, okay.
So you could like watch the news, like, because I feel like I've been way out of the loop lately, like on the news. Like, man, there's freaking 5 fires. You know, there's like 5 or 6 major fires in Southern California right now, and I'm like just now hearing about it like earlier today and yesterday because I don't watch the news because I don't actually have cable TV. So like I'm getting freaking YouTube TV so I can watch the news, boring shit like that, and also occasionally catch like, you know, The Walking Dead or something like that, which is on AMC, and be able to watch that the second that it actually airs, as opposed to, because you can watch a lot of shows on Amazon, but they come out a day after they air on TV. So I'm like, I don't want to wait the day. I want to watch it now.
A good option for cord cutters.
Yeah, it definitely is.
It would be so shitty if you actually were getting paid for this right now.
Right? Oh my god, I should be, because I feel like I'm vouching for it a lot.
This is the best type of
I'm disappointed that I'm not getting
publicity for something, but yeah.
I'm not good at business.
That's mildly interesting.
Yeah. Check it out. There's free trial and stuff.
But all right. We need to move on. I think this first segment has taken quite a while. So
you said Netflix, I said Amazon.
Yes, indeed. Let's pull the Band-Aid off.
Said
survey says.
Wow.
Oh,
a crushing blow.
Just
a crushing blow.
I feel like that should make me win overall because like
because you won like
if you're looking at the overall percentage that I, you know, for this compare, like if you did a weighted, you know, average with, you know,
percentages,
math,
averages. Okay. All right, fine. Well, you take 2 medium sips. I'll take a very, very large one. In fact, I can probably kill the rest of this.
I'll kill the rest of it.
I'm going to try to take 1 big-ass gulp. You think I can do the rest of this beer in 1 gulp? Probably not. I'm going to try, though. Cheers.
If you're not a pussy.
Fuck. Why are you going to set that precedent?
Well done. We need more beer.
Hoorah! All right. I can get more beer.
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead and introduce our next segment? Oh, sorry. Sorry.
No sudden movement. No. Shh. Sorry. Hold on. I can. Nope. Sorry. Nori, no. Okay. Sorry for. What? Yes, I would like beer. A what?
Anyone in particular?
They're all in pairs, so just grab a pair. Yeah. They're set up that way. Sorry about the high-pitched barking, everyone. Also, I'm burping all.
Kyle tends to get excited from time to time.
No, Kyle forgets that, like, if you make any sudden movements, Nori's a herding dog, so she freaks out and tries to check you. All right, so we're doing the next segment, which is Pimp My PC. The name of this segment, of course,
Thanks, Matt Philly.
handed down to us by
The one and only.
the late Matt Philly.
Late Matt.
God rest his soul.
He's still alive, by the way. Nobody freak out.
He is. That's
He's
true.
alive and
That's
well.
a terrible.
I mean, I would assume he is.
I shouldn't spread
Oh, God.
rumors about Matt Philly's.
I mean, I haven't actually seen a video from his in a while. He might be dead.
Look, nobody tweet Matt Philly right now and make sure he's alive because we're
Yeah.
positive that that he's fine.
Yep.
Point being, Pimp
Ignorance
My
is bliss.
PC is where you guys send Kyle pictures. Me too. I'm usually tagged in them, and I look at them too. Pictures of your computers, and then we look at them and critique them with an eye mainly for aesthetics. Although I feel like we do. I feel like we give sound advice on this
Yeah.
segment, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like we're honest about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's
But
our
the
honest
idea
opinion.
is to make things prettier if possible. So
Yeah, it's pimp my PC.
our first submission here is from Lath Salmon, Doc Lath on Twitter with an i7 6700K base system. The NZXT Kraken X61 gigabyte Z170 MX Gaming 5 motherboard, 32
What's
gigs
cracking?
of Patriot Viper memory. That's a quite a got a lot of memory in there. Dual GTX 1070s and SLI air cooled. Wait, what? Oh,
So he's got an NZXT aftermarket.
so he's got a
liquid
water cooler on the top one and an air cooler on the bottom one. All right,
Interesting.
I can appreciate that. The top
I think the top one definitely
graphics card
needs
is usually the hotter one in
Yeah.
an SLI configuration. So that NZXT S340 case, Kingston 240 gig SSD, SanDisk 480 gig SSD, and a Seagate 4 terabyte hard drive. What's holding up the? Is this a permanent marker?
It looks
that-
like one of those. Yeah, it looks like just like a felt marker.
Hold on, sorry guys, it wasn't centered there.
Maybe one of the
Yeah, like it
that
kind of
you
looks
shake.
like one of them. You got to shake it up and
Right.
then it'll write on anything or
Mhm.
something like that. That's.
one of the weird signature marker pen things.
I mean, it matches. Black,
Yeah.
white, red, silver.
And it looks like it's holding it up. I mean, how bad does
So-
that sag? I mean,
Yeah.
is it to the point where not even the card beneath it can prop it up?
I mean, sometimes when you put these aftermarket coolers on them, because they put so much torque on the PCB in specific places, it'll curve the PCB and kind of exaggerate the sag. So that would be my guess as to why he put that in there. Plus, there's an active fan on this here. So in the SLI configuration, since it's only he's got 2 slots and then 2 more slots. There's no gap between these 2 cards. So there's potentially, with a lot of sag, the potential for it to, actually have the fan hit the lower card. So maybe that's why it's there.
Yeah,
Just
potentially.
thought. Definite ding here for the ketchup and mustard cables. The bare multicolor 24-pin
He was
PCI
one.
Express.
You were clearly one of our
Yeah.
30% Leif.
This, I mean, everything else looks very color coordinated, so that you could get away with like a fairly inexpensive $15 or $20 24-pin extension, and kind of clean that up a bit. And I think
Might as well get
everything
your
else.
GPUs while you're at it.
And then I think everything else is looking pretty nice. I mean, the pen. What do you think about the pen? Is the pen?
I mean, it doesn't look terrible. I've seen much
Yeah.
worse when it comes to in regards to like props or crutches for GPUs.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's still a pen
It's still
in
a
your
pen.
computer.
So yeah.
So there are things that exist to help you with that situation.
Your beer's not open.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Thanks, Paul, and Paul exclusive bottle opener.
Yes, of course.
You should buy 5 of now. But the thing is, like, I know that they have the brackets, but the bracket that goes underneath your GPU to prop it up, that would interfere. You wouldn't be able to do that because you have a GPU underneath it. You have a second GPU.
Yeah.
But there should be sort of like a, I don't know, like sort of a, what do you call it?
What the hell is Hero doing?
Just like a crutch to go underneath your graphics card. Do you know any good brands for like
MNPC Tech.
for that type
Yeah.
of
Hero.
crutch?
Yeah. Stop it.
What's he doing?
I don't know.
Hero, you're so noisy.
He's aggressively licking his paw or something like that.
At least it's not his balls
what
like,
sounds
like usual.
Yeah, it's very...
Chomping on his ball sack.
Sorry, guys. My dogs.
Beef.
All right.
It's what's for dinner.
Thank you, Laith Salmon, for your submission. Though.
Thanks, Laith.
I don't know if we've helped you, but let's move on.
Let's hope we did.
Squiggles is next
Squiggles.
with the NZXT Elite case, Seasonic G 650 watt semi-modular power supply, and Asus Strix Gaming FB350 motherboard, a Ryzen 1600 CPU, a Cryreg H7 CPU cooler, 16 gigs of G-Skill Ripjaws 5 DDR4 3000 memory, nice combination with the Ryzen, 4 gig GTX 970. Maybe 3.5 if you want to amend that. No, I'm just kidding. 250 gig 840 EVO SSD, 2 terabyte Hitachi 7200. Black or colored cable extensions is what he's asking. 1070 Ti or Vegas 56 as well.
So you got
Since
some purple
obviously we're going to... So he's anticipating our suggested upgrades here, which obviously would have been upgrade that 970 because...
Yeah.
That's just that's the part in the system that's looking like it could use an upgrade. And of course your power supply cables go into everything else.
Yeah.
Are
And he's asking colored
Not
or
looking
cable or colored or what was it? The question? Colored or black extensions?
colored or black extensions.
I think for this system you either go black or white because you have some white accents on your motherboard and you have a white.
Yeah.
You have some white on your cooler.
So he's also talking about upgrading his graphics.
Sorry.
Lord. He's talking about updating the graphics card. So ignore the aesthetics of the graphics card in the blue highlight here. This is also I have the same 970, by the way.
Me too.
It was the last thing I bought at Newegg with my employee discount.
Yeah, nice. It's in the wifey build right now.
Oh yeah, it's a solid card.
Yeah.
But were you trying to repeat?
I wasn't
say that at the
trying. I
exact
was
same
literally
time?
just saying like it's a good card.
Yeah, it is. So yeah,
Super clock.
I'm gonna say white. Try to find.
I think so too. It stands out a bit more.
1070/Ti or Vega 56. That's a really hard choice right now. I mean, don't get a Vega 56 if it's overpriced. Only get it if you can get it for around the $400 price. Beyond that, if you can get a graphics card that's like mostly black, then I'd say some white cables would look pretty clean, or maybe a black and white combination or something like that. Alternatively, if you do go all black, I mean that matches with everything, so you'd have a little bit more flexibility with the graphics card that you choose. So,
Yeah.
I mean those are kind of the choices. But I would say definitely figure out your graphics card upgrade first.
Right.
And then do your
cables last.
cable extensions on that.
I agree.
That way, if you happen to get, say, a red accent graphics card, which would look fine in this system, then you could maybe get cables to match it or something like that.
I think Asus just launched their RX Vega 56 and 64 Strix models, right?
You can finally actually buy them now?
I think so.
Because they sent them to reviewers like a month or two ago.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of weird
BIOS issues and
BIOS
driver issues.
and drivers issues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But all right, next up is the Prophesist. Thank you, sir. He's been following the show and interacting and stuff for a while. So thanks for sending in the rebuild that I helped at Tman_80 with. Significant case and cooling upgrade. Antec P8 and fans, Asus AM3 Plus motherboard, EVGA GTX 970, maybe the same one from the previous build. 2x4 gig DDR3 memory kit, an H100 IFV2, Creative Lab sound card, and a Samsung.
Why is that case
Evo.
upside down? Or why is Antec upside down?
No.
Is it like a symmetrical front panel that you can reverse?
Maybe they just put it on upside down. I don't know. Weird.
Maybe he flipped it so it could open from the other side, but you wouldn't want to open it anyway because it's just got a big radiator right in the front.
Yeah. Looks cool.
Yeah, it looks very ominous. I like the white lighting.
I like the shadows that are being cast by your fan grills. That's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, right over there. That's nice.
Interesting to see fan grills on the inside of your case.
Yeah.
Not used to seeing that. So, first thing I'll say is obviously ketchup and mustard. My
The hell,
God.
Hero,
What is that noise?
Hero.
What exactly? He's like gnawing at his paw. It's so.
Hold on.
It's like.
You keep talking.
Okay, so the first thing I'll say is ketchup and mustard obviously has to go. Find some cable extensions. Actually, this reminds me a lot of my first build in the Corsair 600T. I had the same sort of light blue heat-sinked motherboard, Z68 Asus, and I had ketchup and mustard as well. But I would say get some nice either light blue extensions to match all the accents in your case, or just get plain black, maybe a combination of the two. But I have to commend you on your cable management. This is this is as good as you could have possibly done in this entry level to mid-range case. Cable management is absolutely, I mean, it looks like something that, that Paul would do, or that maybe I would, attempt to do. It looks really good. Cable management here is great. The only thing you're really lacking is a sort of color coordination, getting that red and yellow out. And I would say maybe spray paint that PCI card that you've got down there. What is that? Is that it's the creative, maybe a creative sound card or something like that. Who uses sound cards anymore?
Hero.
That's the real question. Spray paint that sucker either light blue. Ooh, do light blue. That would make it stand out and look really cool. As for the fans, it looks like you have some different model fans in here. The ones on the front on your radiator are slightly different than the ones, the case fans on the top and rear of your case. And that somewhat irks my OCD, but I'm not going to knock you for it entirely. I'm just going to say if you really want to tie everything together, having uniform fans throughout your build is a thing of beauty, in my opinion. But everything else looks fantastic, man. Cable management is, again, stellar, so thank you very much for that. Next up, we've got... Oh, wait. Okay, I've got the... Let's try not to end the stream. I'm trying not to unplug anything here. Okay, next up we've got one from Steven. Steven, Pin My PC, or that's Core i7 6700K at 4.4 gigahertz with the Noctua D14S. Got a Z107A. I'm thinking you meant Z170A. M5 motherboard from MSI, Ripjaws 5, 16 gigs of memory, DDR4 at 3200. And we have an 850 EVO Gigabyte WindForce GTX 1070 8GB model. Very nice system. I love the case. Fantex makes some great chassis. And it looks like you have some decent airflow in here too. Large 200mm fan at the front. Got a 120, looks to be on the bottom, and some exhaust at the rear. Curious that I'm sort of interested or, surprised that there's nothing going on at the top. No AIOs, no additional fans. I would think that there'd be a bit more fans, a few more fans at the top, but especially with the orientation where you have your CPU cooler with the fan pointed straight up, I think maybe having a fan or two at the top of your case could just help sort of move the airflow, the hot air that's coming off your CPU heatsink out of the top of your chassis. Personal opinion. Cable management looks pretty okay. I feel like there's some areas where it's really good, some areas where it could be improved. For example, in front of your power supply, you've got just a cable. Looks like maybe it's part of your RGB strip. Looks like it's part of your RGB LED strip. That is not the best place for it, just because, I mean, you've got LEDs down there, and the LEDs, the lighting is sort of casting a shadow of your RGB cable onto your power supply, and it doesn't look all that great. IMO. So maybe, I don't know, route that behind your motherboard tray if you can. Get some extensions if it's not long enough. And, I personally, I'm just used to seeing CPU cooler towers in the more vertical orientation than horizontal. It makes sense, especially if you didn't want to add any fans to the top of your case. Circling back to that, you already have one at the rear. So moving your heatsink vertically would basically just point that Noctua fan straight back to your case, and that rear fan would kind of help you exhaust some of that hotness. GPU, everything looks good there. I mean, if you want to get some cable extensions, obviously you like red and black. Getting some red and black sleeved extensions would look fantabulous in a build like this. And yeah, I can't tell what. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it, dude. I think you're good elsewhere. Nice build. Just do those things if you want or don't, and you'll be good. Moving on. Thank you very much, Steven. Johnny with the Ryzen 5 1600 and Asus Strix X370F gaming motherboard, 16 gigs of Trident Z RGB, GTX 1080 Strix. Watch out. No overclock currently because when I overclock the CPU to 4 gigahertz, the screen goes black and the system freezes, requiring me to flip the power switch. Yeah, if you have a 1600, you're probably not going to be able to hit 4 gigahertz unless you get extremely lucky in the Silicon Lottery. I would aim for 3.8. Personally, if you're lucky, you might get 3.9, but don't feel too bad. I can't even get 4 gigahertz on either of my 1600s.
3.9 on all cores is totally fine with 1600.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I have a dud because mine wigs out sometimes at 3.9.
I mean, yeah,
I could have a dud.
But not all of them can do it. Like if
True.
3.8 or 3.85 is fine too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, don't.
That's the nice thing about
expect
AMD.
You're gonna hit 4.
Yeah. Looks like you've got some nice RGB fans. Oh, those are the new LL series fans from Corsair. So, which basically means you spent about as much on those as you did for the rest of your system. But they look really great. Don't regret it whatsoever. They look fantabulous. And let's see, is that a deep cool AIO?
Yes.
Is it the Capitan? Maybe.
Yeah, I believe it's Deep Cool Captain AIO. I'm not sure if it's the RGB one or the one that's just black and white.
Yeah.
But,
either way, it looks good. The RGB on the Trident Z looks great.
I'm gonna say maybe rotate the tubing. I feel like the tubing kind of looping together looks a little bit better than going one up and
opposite
one
directions
down like that.
Looks like they're repelling magnets or something. Looks a little awkward. Yeah, put those together.
Other than that,
the sticker on your M.2 SSD is a WD
that stands out.
blue.
Yeah.
That's kind of a sore thumb.
I believe it's a green PCB underneath that though for that SSD though. It's a good SSD, so nothing wrong there.
What if you just plasted it to the whole thing?
Yeah,
It's supposed to be
maybe
non-conductive.
something like that if you really wanted to mask it, or invest in one of the
cupboard.
SSD. Like the heat sinks you can get that kind of go over them, and give a little bit of cooling and aesthetics as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall looking pretty good. The thing that's standing out to me just that I think the only good fix would be extensions to make it look much better is your plugs for the graphics card there.
Yeah.
It's a daisy chain there with a little extra loop on it. You might tie those up a little bit better to just make it a little bit tidier.
Yeah.
But overall, very nice build.
Yeah, I like it. Well done. I
Excellent.
honestly can't look at my Google Doc for some reason because the internet seems to be
What's going on?
crapped out here.
I don't know.
That's okay. I can look at yours for now. And this is an honorable mention. Just wanted to give a shout out to Scott Dilbeck, who's also a very longtime patron of the show.
Thank you, Scott.
Thanks, Scott. Looking forward to your $6.66 donation later on. 7700K Z270 motherboard, H80i crossfired RX 480s with 8 gigs, full modular Corsair power supply, and a 570X crystal. That would be the Corsair case, mid tower. Let's see. Yeah,
All right.
it's beautiful. I like it.
It's a sort of unique, but I think it's well executed use of the
It's definitely subjective.
Velcro straps.
Yeah, I tend to use lots of Velcro straps for not so much my AIO tubing, but for my cables. Like if I have sleeved extensions or something like that, I will use like 2 or 3 Velcro straps per cable just because I like it nice and taut. So I guess that's sort of the same approach that you took here with your AIO tubes.
I like it.
And your PCIe.
works.
I think it works also because you have the same sort of Velcro straps throughout. It's not like you have different ones. It's very uniform, and you even have them on your power connectors for your GPUs. And I think that sort of ties everything together. It doesn't seem like the ones on your AIO are out of place because they're sort of visible throughout the rest of your system as well. And then, cable management is fantastic from what I can tell. Maybe you used poor lighting on purpose so that I wouldn't be able to see all of the little, imperfections, but it looks great from what I can see here. So nice job. Nice, good.
Well done, Scott.
Well done.
Thank you for submitting that.
Yep.
That was the honorable mention, by the way, I think, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And then we also have, let's see, that was it for Pimp My PC. Right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to try logging back into Google, my account, and reopening up the Drive dock, because the Google Doc, because it timed out for some reason.
Oh.
Unless it comes back right now.
There it is. Yay.
Woo! Hey, Dingamafodi, I see your guys' donations in Super Chat. We will be reading those at the end of this half, so keep giving us money. All right, let's talk about some tech news. Right?
Are we skipping case off?
Oh, no. Tech case off. I totally forgot about it. Freaking, why isn't this loading? Look at this. The first page of the Google Doc
I don't know.
is not loading.
Not.
Load.
It's weird.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
All right. I think we're good. All right, case off. This is where we pit two different cases of similar pricing and feature set against each other, and we decide at the end of the segment which one we would opt for. So the two cases that we have going head to head today are the NZXT H700i versus the Be Quiet Dark Base 700. These are both cases that came out this quarter. In this last quarter of 2017. They're both fresh off the lot.
Super timely.
And
They both have 700 in the name.
They do. I didn't, for some reason, I didn't make that connection. But yes, 700. That's clearly they're competitors in that sense. And even via price point, right? Because the H700i is going for $200
if
MSRP.
You buy it straight from NZXT.
And the Dark Base 700 is $180 or $179 right now. So only about $20 off. But when you're talking about a more expensive case, that $20 isn't really a huge difference. So starting with the H700i, we've got both of these cases actually come crystal RGB ready, which means that they feature tempered glass side panels and do have elements of RGB functionality built in. The H700i has a smart hub, which is like a cam-powered smart device that uses machine learning to basically create custom fan curves on the fly by analyzing, after a couple hours of analyzing your system parameters, to give you the best fan curves possible. I've tested this out. It does drop your temperatures a few degrees, and I feel like that's one of the biggest selling points of this case, and sort of NZXT's justification, one of their many justifications of why it costs $200. Whether or not that's something for you is up to you, I suppose. It also has some pretty decent radiator support. 280s or 360s can go at the front or the top. The only difference is that push-pull is pretty much only available at the front. You kind of have to resort to either push or pull at the top because of that cable management bar or the reservoir bar that sort of sticks out. I feel very conflicted about the reservoir bar. You too? You too?
I have not taken
Because-
my H700i out of the box yet.
Oh, okay.
I did the H400i. It's
that's
got a
right.
similar configuration here.
Yeah, on one hand, the bar is really handy because it has a reservoir mount, and so if you're custom water cooling, it's nice to have just get a dedicated spot for mounting that res. But at the same time, if you're not mounting a reservoir, which most people who buy this case probably won't be, it kind of gets in the way.
Where is it?
If you look at just the main side, the glamour side, just the white bar, that sort of white bar there.
Oh, this big bar.
Yeah, see the AIO, like you barely have enough clearance to fit those two fans. You couldn't do push pull at the top if you had the option to. So I mean, it's a little bit cumbersome. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But there's also no USB-C on the front of this case, which I think for $200 at the tail end of 2017, that should have been there. That would have been cool.
Would have been nice to have.
Would have been very nice to have. We're seeing more and more Type-C devices pop up. And
the Dark Base 700.
Dark Base 700, $170. You get also tempered glass, RGB. I think there's definitely more RGB. It's more prominent here. You get those strips going down the sides of the case.
The
all the way to
website,
feet.
their website UI is much easier to scroll through. I'll give them that.
They
if
definitely
anyone
win
from
website
from
points.
NZXT's
Watching.
like website design is watching, yeah, this is a lot easier. Look, I have a little arrow. I can just.
That is
scroll
nice.
through them.
Yeah, it's the little things.
All right.
So this case does have USB-C. It also features sound dampening. I feel like the shortcoming here of the Dark Base 700 is that it kind of has some limited airflow at the front, even though it looks like there's tons of ventilation on either side. The actual underneath the front panel, you'll see that there's smaller cutouts. The internal plastic frame doesn't really allow as much breathability as it looks like on the outside, which is kind of a bummer. Whereas the H700i definitely seems to have a bit more airflow from the front side. That being said, does have sound dampening. It should be very probably better than the H700i in terms of acoustics. It's got a reversible motherboard tray, which is pretty cool. You don't see many cases. Be Quiet's like sort of one of the people who are
That's a fun,
pushing that forward.
It's a fun feature. I feel like
it is.
It's one of those things because like people have different desk setups, and you might
That's the number
you might
one.
want to have the visible part of your case, here or there,
Right.
and have the the business end where you plug everything in,
Right.
positioned here or there, and being able to flip it.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Yep. I'm actually, totally. And then we've also got a dual rail fan controller with 6 PWM headers. That's kind of cool. It's dual rail, so using the controller on the front panel, you can actually connect, you can control 3 fans independently from another 3 fans. So if you want 3 fans in your case to spin up at a certain RPM, you can have that different than the other 3 fans, or you can have them both spin at the same RPM. Very flexible. There's a lot of innovation in this case. It's also great to build in. Both cases are honestly really great to build in. I should have also mentioned the H700i has amazing cable management behind the motherboard tray with all the cable channels. Does the H400i also have those?
Yes, it's not the
Those channels probably
same
not as much,
channels, but yeah, it's got a configuration kind of like it's got one of these vertical spaces rather than 2.
Yeah.
And it's got a channel across the top as well.
Yeah,
that
nice.
was I found to be a nice way to. Yeah, I mean you gotta kind of wedge cables in there sometimes, and I was dealing with a situation where it's right there. I had a bunch of NZXT air fans as well. So all those have 2 cables, one for the actual fan and one for the lighting. That all you have to wire out over to connect to a Hue Plus or however you want to connect it up.
Sure.
So I had a lot of wires, lots of cable management to do. I was able to get it all in there. I had to kind of attack it twice. It was one of those ones where I did it all once, wedged it in, but then I was like, all right, I had to come back to it again and kind of redo things once I kind of knew where everything was going.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I was able to get it in there.
Yeah.
I guess is the main point.
I think
even
it's-
with all those extra wires.
Yeah, I definitely think it's good for amateur, novice, first time builders. Just kind of gives you a guideline as to where the cable how they should flow.
Yeah.
And it was
the
definitely
Velcro straps around them too.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
very helpful. So honestly, it's a tough pick, man. They're both built like tanks. They have really good build quality. They're fun to build in. They have their own unique set of features. So I guess because they're so close together, I feel like I don't personally get much out of the smart device with the machine learning thing. I like making my own fan curves. I think the smart device is very convenient for first time builders, but takes the fun out of it for me personally. So it's not worth the $200 as much as for someone else. I would save $20-$30 and go with the dark base. $700, that's me personally, but they're both great cases. I don't know. What do you think? Thoughts?
I haven't had the opportunity to work with both of them, but the USB-C 3.1 I think functionally stands out a lot to me, as well as the flippable motherboard tray.
Yeah.
So,
you're definitely one who needs it and wants it bad enough to modify your Define R5
What?
to actually put a USB
Oh, the
Type-C
USB, yeah.
header.
So it's like
Yeah.
I didn't flip the motherboard tray in the Definer, but yeah,
No.
I did add it.
Yeah.
I did it more as a proof of concept, like
Sure.
that you could add it to just like an
Yeah.
existing case if you had the cable.
That was really cool.
Because honestly, this is the most impractical computer of all the computers I have to add that to.
Yeah.
I plug in external USB 3 drives all the time to transfer massive amounts of video back and forth.
Yeah.
That's my gaming computer. I never transfer video onto or off of that. So
Right.
it's
that makes
it's
sense.
handy for the Steam library, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, I think I would lean towards for the feature set. I would lean towards the Be Quiet 700 as well.
Nice. Guys, go ahead and you blow up chat. Blow up chat right now. Blow up, press N for NZXT if you want the H700i, and do B for Be Quiet if you want the Dark Base 700. Blow it up. Let me see. Where are your B's and N's? Give me some B's and N's. All right, we're going to move on to our next segment here.
Wow.
Our last segment, which is news.
Looks like I'm seeing more
News.
B's than N's.
It's pretty. I don't
think
know. YouTube's going crazy.
Twitch likes the B's and YouTube likes the N's. YouTube's and NZXT's.
It's kind of fun watching them go. Actually, I was wondering why Twitch wasn't responding. It's because my Twitch is broken.
Oh, your Twitch is broken.
Or it's my
you can
Firefox.
watch. I got both of them going here.
Oh yeah.
There's lots
Wow.
of them though. This
Hella,
is a
hella.
challenge.
They started getting
This is gonna be
creative,
a new-
like doing like 30 Bs at a time,
Yeah.
putting some emojis in there. Someone put F for respects.
It's almost like we've divided chat into two
two different different
gangs, you know, and that they all hate each other now. Like the B's,
definitely makes
the B's hate the N's.
Definitely makes the gang signs
and
much
vice
easier
versa.
when they're just one letter.
N for life.
I'm a B, biatch. we the B's.
What up, B?
We the N's.
Yeah.
Get with the N's. All right, cool. Well, it seems pretty evenly divided, and they're both great cases, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's move on to
You're gonna be
tech
happy.
news. Thank you guys for your input, quite literally. AMD. AMD. What's up with AMD, man? What's up with their graphics card department? They've been sneakily making some tweaks to their RX 560 video cards, actually making them worse, without telling their loyal fan base. This is an article from Brad Sharkus at PC World.
Sharkus.
Oh, there's an R in there. Or it's a silent.
That's just how it's pronounced.
It's not a silent, it's an invisible R.
Or you can call him Brad Chaco Taco.
Sharkus.
But he hates that.
Okay.
I don't know if he hates
I would never
that.
do that to Brad. Brad Sharkus, thank you very much for this article. This is about AMD. You guys have probably heard this. It's been all over the place on the hardware subreddit and stuff. There are some RX 560s that have actually been shipping with fewer compute units and streaming processors than other RX 560s for no apparent reason. This hasn't been made publicly.
Just luck of the draw.
Been announced publicly.
Whatever.
It's kind of luck of the draw. It's like you order an RX 560 from whatever add-in board partner. It might come with 16 compute units, or it might come with 14 compute units.
Ooh.
You don't know. Isn't that a scary thought?
It makes it so exciting.
It might come. No, it doesn't. It makes it so, like, horrifying.
What am I gonna get?
It's terrible.
It's like a loot crate.
Except you don't really pay for a loot crate in the typical sense.
Sure you do.
You're paying out the ass for video cards these days. Even the RX 560, you know what I mean? Like, this is a lot of money for a lot of people. Or you could be getting, 1,024 stream processors or 896 stream processors. It just kind of depends, like Paul said, luck of the draw. You really don't know what you're going to get when you buy an RX 560, and I think that's wrong. I think that's unfair. You should know what specs your card's going to have before you buy it.
So these cards,
So this
and
is,
it's like the price overlap isn't even that significant. Like there's the 14 CU 896 stream processor units selling for $125 to $167, and there's the 16 CU 1024 stream processor units selling for between $125 and $200. But like,
and
they're
most
in
of them
the
are
same
like around the
range
same.
down here.
And that's what makes it even less ethically sound is that AMD's selling slower RX 560s for the same price, thereabouts, as faster RX 560s. And they're not telling people. They have never publicly announced that some of our RX 560s are actually cut down versions of a full fat RX 560. And this is actually, there was if you look at the Internet Archive's Wayback Machine, July 7th was the last time that there was a screenshot of the AMD RX 560 page, which actually showed all of the old original. I'm sorry, the full fat 16 compute unit version of the card. So the cut down model release probably happened sometime after that. We don't know exactly, but it's just all around shady. Brad said that the RX 560s on Newegg right now seem to be pretty evenly split between the new versions and the cut down versions, or the nerfed versions, if you will. So just be careful, guys. Know the specs of the card you're getting before you get it, because not even that is safe or sacred these days, with big companies just trying to, pull one over your eyes or whatever it is. So it's kind of unfortunate.
These are the Wayback Machine's listed specs.
Yeah.
It does say max compute units.
Which is also kind of like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, it seems like just it should tell
Then
you
it should
what
say
it's
max stream processors, because
Yeah,
that's also
that's true,
not.
that's true.
Right? Okay.
Consistency.
Yeah. There's some continuity flaws here.
Not cool.
AMD, like as well as AMD's doing on the CPU front, I feel like they're doing equally bad on their GPU front. Does it seem that way to you too?
It depends on what you consider bad. If you
not
consider
ideal.
it to be bad, maintaining
This is bad.
positive relations with PC gamers,
Yeah.
then yeah,
That's
they're
bad.
not doing that great. If you consider bad to be like, oh, they're not selling any of their graphics cards, I would disagree. Because they're selling lots of their graphics cards.
But they don't really have much of an inventory of their graphics cards.
Because
I
they
mean,
sell them all.
A little bit more now. But okay. Give it a few months after they actually have decent stock of their cards. I'd be
No,
curious.
I mean, they're setting themselves up for potential future failure if they don't capture enough of the gaming market, if they don't get enough people to invest in stuff like FreeSync monitors,
Yeah.
if they have a massive amount of their graphics cards sold to miners who then in a few months decide that, because of the changes in the cryptocurrency mining landscape, that the graphics cards aren't worth it anymore, so they start selling them all, so the market is flooded with like really low priced AMD graphics cards, then it devalues their existing stuff, and they have a hard time selling that again. So I mean, there's definitely negative repercussions to what they're doing, but
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes.
I don't know. I just feel like they're selling a lot of like Vega cards now, but I feel like it's a lot of that has to do with the fact that you could not get an RX Vega card when it first launched. They were just very scarce. And now that they're finally here, months after launch, people are buying them up left and right. But that's not the same as doing a successful launch where you have a shit ton of supply and months later people are still buying the crap out of them. You know what I mean? Like, anyone can sell a product a shit ton on launch day or as soon as you have supply. But it'll be interesting to see where we are a couple months down the line if, just sort of the... because we've been comparing a lot of the CPU rankings, like on Amazon, like what's the number one CPU, and like Ryzen's been killing it over Intel and stuff. Be curious to see what the GPU segment is like, but I guess we'll save that for another time. Let's move on though. We have a lot of other stuff to cover here.
We do,
including Qualcomm, kind of
Qualcomm
stepping up to the plate. Boy, oh boy, they are sticking it to Intel with their Snapdragon Windows 10 convertibles. This is an article from Hot Hardware. There's been a new wave, or there will be a new wave of Windows 10 devices powered by the Snapdragon 835 ARM-based processors from Qualcomm, of course. This is made possible by Microsoft's support for full x86 emulation in Windows 10. This was not previously possible. A Snapdragon processor, an ARM-based processor, would not be able to run the Windows 10 operating system until Microsoft allowed support for this sort of thing to happen. There's also no limitations on what applications, for the most part, that the hardware can run. So you're not limited to just the universal Windows platform apps. You can actually run legacy Win32 applications, which means you have pretty much full compatibility with a lot, like the massive catalog of Windows-based software. So this is a direct competitor to Intel because it's basically replacing the CPU. It's a great alternative. Qualcomm's estimating 81 million devices in the ultra slim convertible segment, and the category is going to be shipping globally in 2018. That's a lot of ultra slim notebooks and stuff that are going to be hitting the market next year, projecting to hit 126 million by 2022. So it makes a lot of sense why Qualcomm would be interested in this segment of the PC market. The numbers are pretty overwhelming. People like ultra slim notebooks, like the MacBook Air. That's immensely popular. It's competing with sales with the original, just the standard MacBook, because people want lighter and thinner. But obviously there's some downfalls to
longer battery life.
Longer battery life. Fortunately, Snapdragon 835 SoC will likely deliver the single biggest jump in battery performance that we've ever seen in this category of device. Users may see 20 plus hours per charge, some devices topping 25 hours. That's insane. I can't even imagine.
It's a simulated.
I mean, you wouldn't have to charge your
Experience
laptop.
there,
It could
yeah.
go wireless for a whole weekend, pretty much. If you used it 8 hours a day, no worries.
That's pretty cool.
That's insane. That's really cool. Also, there's way less PCB required than with an Intel chip, so that leaves it up to manufacturers to utilize that free space within the laptop for other things. Maybe there's more M.2 storage, or bigger, badder GPUs, more cooling so that you can fit faster GPUs and things like that. That'd be cool.
Gummy bears.
Gummy bears.
Just a little,
Emergency gummy bear
little
stash.
drawer in the side of the computer.
Right? Yep, exactly.
Store the gummy bears.
After I'm gaming for a while, I'm like, I need some Haribo. Fucking crack that shit open. It's definitely a practical application for additional cabin space in your laptop. And then we've also got, let's see, what are the other things here? HP, Lenovo, and Asus are going to be featuring the Qualcomm Snapdragon X16 4G LTE modems in their models, which is going to give us speeds of 1 gigabits per second down and provides 3 to 7 times faster download speeds compared to average US
Warning
wireless
for dogs barking.
broadband connection. Basically, always.
They can't hear you. I turned the volume.
Good call. Time out. Time out. Is your wife home?
Brief pause.
And now a word from our sponsors, dogs. This show is brought to you by corgis and pit bulls. Can you alter their barks to make it sound like all reverby?
I could. Yeah, sure. Let's turn the FX up. It's like hails from dog space. Dog space. Dogs bark in space. I don't know.
Space dogs unite.
I don't know if that even works.
Space dogs. All right. So what I was gonna say is, holy shit, 4G LTE baked into these ultra thin, super battery life convertibles.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. That means you don't need to rely on freaking Wi-Fi in order to tweet out something from your laptop, which is fantastic.
I hate that.
It really is like an always-on solution, always connected, which is great. If you're always on the go and you don't always have, Wi-Fi at hand. They're supposed to be running cooler than the Intel alternatives with lower thermals under sustained workloads. Intel's not super happy about this. Hi. Intel's not super happy about this. Earlier this year, when they were celebrating the 40th year anniversary of the world's first x86 microprocessor, Intel vowed to flex its legal muscle. This is a quote from the article, to stop the deployment of devices using x86 emulation in Windows 10. It's clearly was a failed endeavor because Qualcomm's already on that shit. You know what? Anything we can stick to Intel at this point. Honestly, AMD is already handling the desktop side of the CPU market. Why not Qualcomm tackle on the mobile side? Because it's going to only lead to lower prices and better performance for the end user at the end of the day. And I'm all for 20 plus hours of battery life any day of the week. So very exciting stuff. Next up, we've got the Riven. The Riven Naya 240 AIO liquid cooler, which has been released. This is via Hexus. I didn't really have too many notes on this because we ran short on time prepping for the show, but it's supposed to be retailing for $109 USD, which really isn't bad these days for a 240 millimeter AIO. Apologize. It's also got a transparent coolant reservoir section atop the pump block. The unit is factory sealed. However, there's an opening available on the transparent cooling block, which facilitates the injection of dye. So you can actually change up the dye color inside of the loop, which I think it's a fun customizable option for an AIO. Riven supplies CMY coolant dyes so that you can mix the color, of course, of your preference to match other computer components. Additionally, the pump is said to be a WAP design, or water above pipe design. So, and I quote, the cooler can also be installed in any orientation without sacrificing pumping power. Micro channels at just 0.11 millimeters feature on the curved base plates of these coolers, which are said to provide efficient heat transfer. And you can see that there's two fans, obviously, on the radiator. Riven has spec'd two of its 120 millimeter cold wing fans to deliver high airflow at 25 decibels. It's a pretty saturated market already, but I'm not going to knock companies for coming up with new options. I think it looks pretty cool. The water block looks all right. The fans look strikingly like Venturis, like fractal Venturi airflow type fans. Just the blade design and stuff.
It doesn't look like they have any rubber on the corners.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. And again, it's $109, so it's sort of on the mid to low end. And I'm not a huge fan of the, what do you call that? Coagulated tubing? No, not coagulated, but corrugated. I don't want to say coagulated. Coagulated.
Gesticulated.
Misticulated. The tubing looks just a little dated.
Ribbed for her pleasure.
Ribbed. Super ribbed for her pleasure. But no one's really being pleased by this at the end of the day.
Anti-kink. It is anti-kink.
It's anti-kink, sure. It just, doesn't look all that great
It says the
to me.
tank is refillable.
Yeah.
As long as you,
'cause you can add your own dye, too.
remove it from being attached to your motherboard and use this little filler thing.
Mm-hmm.
And add color ink. What? Why?
Yeah, you can add dye. I think it comes with some dye.
It comes
so if you
with
wanted
3 bottles of RGB dye, blue, yellow, and green, that can be mixed into the coolant to match your rig's color scheme.
That's pretty cool.
Cool. It seems like a one and done though. If you're dripping drips of coloring into that or whatever. Like,
What do you mean?
I mean, if you just want blue or red or yellow, then do some drips and you're fine.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you wanted to do like orange or some in-between color,
Right.
and you're adding drops of different colors of ink, once you do that with food coloring, if you're not doing the right specific combination, you get to sort of a muddy brown color towards black, and then there's really no turning back from there.
Well, I mean, you could just drain the loop and refill it and try again.
Possibly.
Why not? Why possibly? I mean, it's a refillable
Because
loop.
the dye it'll stain everything. It'll suck. All right, I don't know. I'm speculating anyway, so
It's a possibility. Okay.
it is possible.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
But moving on to our last article here, I'm going to read your... Can I just read your laptop, Paul? Because... Oh, yeah, actually, I can just go off the article here. Google's going to be pulling YouTube, because my computer's not working at the moment. Google's going to be pulling YouTube support from Amazon's Fire TVs in 2018. This sort of is centered around the Amazon Echo Show. That's their special device. And Google and Amazon have had a weird sort of combatish relationship. Where Amazon has not really been Google friendly. They haven't really sold like the Google Chromecast or Google Home, Google Nest. They haven't been selling any Google products on their website. And Amazon sells pretty much anything, so it's personal.
That's not okay.
It's not okay, man.
Google. That's not okay, Google.
It's like having two best friends. Like Google and Amazon are my two best friends online because they're just awesome and I use them for everything.
I think we need.
It's like when your two best friends are
fighting. We need the
fighting.
public to stand up and say that's not okay, Google.
Yeah, everyone go tweet Google and Amazon. Put them both, tag them both in your same tweet, and be like, "Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?" Okay, so there's this just sort of struggle.
I'm seeing people in chat say that I just activated their Google stuff. That was intentional. Thank you.
Okay, Google.
Sorry.
Search gay porn.
I woke people's phones up. I have so much power.
I do not apologize in advance.
Okay.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. All right. Amazon actually found a way to find to make YouTube run on the Echo Show, but they somehow did it unbeknownst to Google or without their go-ahead.
Oh.
So Google freaked out and was like, "Hey, you guys didn't ask us permission, and you're also providing sort of a shitty experience." Apparently, they weren't happy with the implementation that Amazon used to integrate YouTube into the Echo Show, and they were saying that violates their terms of service. So there's just all this like. They're just like, measuring cocks at this point, right? They're two tech giants, obviously, and they're butting heads. And Google, I think, wants to work with Amazon, but Amazon seems like the reluctant one. Obviously, we don't know for sure, but that's what it seems like on the surface. And so because of that, the sort of sketchy version of YouTube that's currently available on the Echo Show is going to be canceled and prohibited starting January 1st, 2018. So if you have an Echo Show and you're watching videos on YouTube with it, prepare to have that stopped. it's going to be gone pretty soon. So, yeah, those are pretty much all the articles that I have. That's pretty much my half of the show. We do have some Johnson shout-outs for y'all who happen to pick up something merchandise-wise from either of our stores. I can go ahead and read off mine first while Paul does things. We've got a Johnson shout-out for Heath. It's not Heather. Heath. It's Heath. It's my wife minus the ER. Heath, thank you very much for picking up an awesome hardware RGB everything shirt. It's one of my personal favorites on the store right now. We also got one from Joshua C. from Salem, Oregon. Picked up an overclocking mug. The overclocking mug's doing really well still. I'm happy to hear about that. Sean D. Sean loves the D. Words in a Circle pint glass. Thank you very much, sir. We've got two more here. We're doing Johnson shout-outs.
Johnson's.
Matthew McMass with CPU cooler shirt. Thank you very much, Matthew. And finally, I have one from Kevin D. More of that D all up in your mouth. So D, Pierre, stay positive, tri-blend shirt. Thank you very much, Kevin. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it.
Oh gosh, I have several. Jonathan or David?
David?
Or Jonathan and or David from New Jersey. A Johnson, the keycap and the mug. Johnson to you guys. Hunter F from Pennsylvania got the keycap. Thank you so much, Hunter. Sean B from Missouri. I believe that's Missouri. Got the stainless steel bottle opener. The classic. Why did I hit back twice there? That's not what I meant to do. Ray.
Whoa,
Ray from Texas. Got the cotton beanie.
TX.
Because it gets cold in Texas. Why is my back button
Yeah, it does.
so aggressive right now? I don't know why it's doing it.
Them death adders.
Sean D from New Hampshire. Thank you so much for getting the beer set, the 2 glasses with the opener. Jason S from Washington. Got the t-shirt, the snapback trucker cap, and the decal. Took advantage of that 10% off, I believe. I think you did that.
Take advantage, man.
Yeah.
Take advantage.
Stock is depleted for something. And one more for Robert. Robert F from the Netherlands. My God, that's far away. Thank you so much, Robert.
Shipping might take a while.
The heavy metal gray t-shirt, thumb screw logo, the classic. Thanks to all you guys for ordering that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We're done with the first half.
No,
we're not.
we have donations.
We have donations. Yes. People have asked us questions.
Yes.
And they sent money, so we will answer.
And I cannot view them because freaking browser
All
sucks.
El Jefe Reviews with a $5 donation. Sup, guys? Kyle, I'm digging the FLOATPLANE content and community. Paul, I'm highly jealous of both your beard and your truck. Cheers from El Jefe. El Jefe, beard's coming off soon. I don't blame you for being jealous of my truck. It's pretty awesome. I need to get it washed, though. FLOATPLANE, is there anything like that's only for FLOATPLANE that you've been doing? Or is it all just like early content?
So exclusive live streams will start within the next couple weeks.
Oh.
It's very soon.
Well
that'll be really fun. And then, I mean, apart from just like early access, I mean, people are going to see the part 3 of the Elite build before anybody else on YouTube. They're going to see me surprising my grandpa with a 4K TV after his CRT upgrade.
Oh.
It's going to be pretty epic. So there's a lot of stuff on FLOATPLANE right now that you guys should go check out if you haven't yet. Hashtag FLOATPLANE Master Race.
It's good, and I'm not jealous at all.
Nope,
Coalition
not at all.
Gaming, $5 donation. Hey guys, and Cell, we're running a PC giveaway streaming on Twitch. A raid on Coalition Gaming Crew would be awesome when you're all done. Coalition Gaming, we cannot guarantee that we will be raiding you, but we do appreciate your donation. Quintarin.
Quentin Tarantino.
Quintarin.
I love your movies.
$5 Canadian. Hey, Decquin here from Canada. Need help deciding on which motherboard, Gigabyte Z370 Aorus Gaming 7 or one of the ASRock X370? I have a $350 budget.
Damn. The Aorus Gaming 7 boards are pretty sexy.
Is it? Those are two different platforms. Z370
Yeah,
and X370. You're talking about AMD versus Intel, which makes it that's a larger question than just the should I get the Gigabyte or should I get the Aorus?
Which
or should I get the ASRock?
should be the question.
Yeah, I mean, we can't answer your question directly. If it's between those two motherboards, if you were like the Gigabyte Z370 Aorus and the ASRock Z370, I'd say I would lean towards the Gigabyte. Granted, that's high level. That's not looking more specifically at those exact boards or not. But in your choice of Z370 versus X370, right now, if all you're doing is gaming, Z370. If you're gaming and doing other stuff with your CPU, gaming and streaming, video editing,
Go Ryzen.
animation, anything like that, then go for Ryzen. That's my recommendation.
Agreed.
Thank you. Scott Dilbeck, $6.66. Cheers.
Woo!
Favorite Elder Scrolls or Fallout title? Somehow I missed New Vegas, and it's blowing my effing mind.
I have not played... Well, I played Skyrim. I played Elder Scrolls Skyrim. And I enjoyed it, but it didn't keep my interest. It didn't hold my interest for very long. I got bored of it. I know. Call me, crucify me or whatever. And I have never played I've never played a Fallout game. Crucify me twice.
Yeah, you've chosen two series that I've dabbled with but not played extensively. I've also played a little bit of Skyrim, and I've played a little bit of Fallout. I played New Vegas, and it was fun, so I'd say definitely Fallout New Vegas. If you haven't tried it, definitely try it out. And I didn't play it very extensively and stuff, so yeah. But Scott, I hope you're enjoying Fallout New Vegas. Elder Scrolls Skyrim, also quite fun. Poopslinger666, $5 donation. Hey guys, love the show. Have to brag. I played the Black Friday sales, some bundle pricing returns, and scored an R7 1700X for $234. That's a very nice. That's a very nice deal.
That is. Congrats.
Yes, for the 1700X for sure.
I'd brag about that.
Very well done.
Brag the shit out
and
about
you're
that.
perfectly legit in your bragging.
Yep.
Zachary Hummel with $20. Last week I gained 1 subscriber for my one video from Madden 16 that was uploaded a couple years ago, and they unsubscribed. Sad day. Zach, we feel you.
Hey, you know what? We experience the same thing, but by the thousands every month. So
we'll drink one.
We're right there with you.
For the lost subscribers.
Press F to pay respects.
Yeah. Tom's Brimsmiths. With the 50 Norwegian krona.
Brimsmiths.
Paul, I would buy your keycaps, but I have Logitech Roamer G keyboard.
You Roamer.
He's got a Logitech. Kyle, you have a chance to get my money. So he's saying make a keycap that is compatible with the Logitechs. Then it uses the little cross caps that the Cherry does.
Little T-stem.
It doesn't?
Cross stem. Which one?
Logitechs.
I don't think so.
The Roamer G. It's a different keycap type.
Yeah.
Tom's, I'm sorry about that. I'll based on the sales of the Cherry version, I'll see if I want to expand that for the Logitech. Palomino Kid with a $10 donation and no comment. Thank you, Palomino Kid. You're wonderful. MB67, aka Lenticular, $15. Happy holidays, Kyle and Paul.
Happy holidays, man.
Right back at you.
Cheers.
And indeed. David Chow.
David Chow.
$5.
If I had a bow and arrow cocked and pointed at your knee and force you to choose between Imperial or Stone Crocs, which would you choose and why? What the fuck would you choose, Paul, and why? Why don't you tell me? Give me your rationale.
Imperials, like the Imperials,
Like the metric system?
in Star Wars.
Imperials versus Stormcloaks. What? I know Imperial troopers, but Stormcloaks? Is that even too nerdy for us?
I don't know. It's probably a game that we don't play. We suck now.
I'm gonna say Imperials because it's somewhat vaguely familiar, and I have no idea what Stormcloaks. Stormcloaks.
That's
Stormcloaks.
Skyrim.
Oh, okay.
Skyrim. Yes. Dalmor Dossier. yeah.
It's an Imperial victory.
So probably if you played Skyrim for more than 5 minutes, you probably realize this. So yeah.
All right, Stormcloaks. Stormcloak seems to be the right answer according to Google.
Google
Apparently
says
everyone likes
it's
Stormcloaks.
Stormcloaks. Yeah.
Sorry, we couldn't shed more light on that.
We need to play more Skyrim.
Clearly.
I should have.
Maybe we'll have plenty of time on Saturday.
That's why we should just start Skyrim from the beginning. Play it.
Beat the game. Just 12 hours.
Yeah, I'm
just
sure
nothing but Skyrim.
We can easily beat it in 12 hours.
As long as we get the Slim Jim mod. where all the dragons turn into the Slim Jim guy.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And when he flies around, he goes, "Oh yeah!" And he just breathes a bunch of fire on all the children.
What we should do.
Yeah.
All right, Anubis Mark, $8. Paul, try fish oil pills with omega-3 for Hero's Itch. Thank you, Anubis. I am not sure what's going on with Hero this evening.
Yeah, he's tripping.
He's going after one of his paws, and it wasn't good. But my wife's here now, and she's looking after him. Thank you though for your suggestion.
Thank you, man.
We do have some fish oil, so maybe we'll give him some of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Omar Tyndall, $5. Kyle, did you ever get around to trying the sambal I sent? Sambal. I don't know what that is. If you sent it recently, I have not checked my P.O. box in a few weeks. Like 2-3 weeks, so it's possible that it's still, whatever the sambal is, it might still be chilling there. But I'll get around to it. I always do.
I feel like that's like we opened that and it was like...
Or we tried it, or we opened it and we didn't actually try it, whatever it was. If it was a drink or a food. Let's see, what have we gotten recently? We got beer. We got lots of beer. We've been trying some of the beer.
Was it the chili sauce? The sambal?
Oh, the chili sauce. I have not tried the chili sauce
Heather
yet.
says it's the chili sauce.
Okay, I have not tried that yet. It is actually still in the studio right next to the whiskey, which I've been drinking daily. But we have not tried the sambal yet. Wifey sauce hasn't cracked it open because I don't think it's vegetarian or vegan. I think it has like fish sauce or something in it. But I'll bring it home. I'll make a point to bring it home. It's funny because every time I pour the whiskey, I look at the sambal and I go, damn, that shit looks good. It looks really good. I'm a huge sucker for like all things chili and spicy, so I will be trying it. Trust me, I am the guy to send that to. I will definitely eat it up soon enough. But
there are a bunch more comments, so we should try to get through them quickly.
All right, sorry, I'm rambling.
It's okay.
What are we at? Destinations Anonymous.
Yes.
$5. Love the show, guys. I have a request. Paul, turn your soundboard up to full demon mode. Once that's done, Kyle should bust out his #1 best Asian voice.
Oh, that would be scary.
Let's do that on the live stream.
If we have time, on the live stream.
The gaming stream this weekend.
Yeah, we'll give that a shot.
Thank you very much, Destinations. Dave Fredrickson. $5. You guys are awesome. Keep up the great work.
Thank you,
Dave. Very much, Dave. Appreciate it. ZZ Hardy, $10. Australiers. Salute to you.
Right back at ya.
Nikolai Larsenher. Sorry if I butchered that. 5 Argentinian. Hi guys, what should I upgrade to? I have an Asus ROG B350 R5 1600 and Hyper 2 T4 cooler, 512 gigs, 960 Pro SSD, 16 gigs of G-Skill 3200, 2 MSI Vega 64s and Crossfire. Damn. Cool. Don't upgrade it at all.
Upgrade your cooler.
CPU.
Your Hyper 2 4 cooler sucks.
I mean, an R5 1600 with 2 Vega 64s. Upgrade your CPU.
Yeah.
Get an 1800 in there.
You can go to 1700, 1700X, or 1800X, and upgrade your cooler, and everything else is good.
Yeah.
Ghost of Harambe.
Harambe, 5 GBP. Estimated difference in temperature on a CPU only loop from a single 360 rad to a dual 360 rad. Really hot. Core i7 6850K. I got to 4.7. That needs better cooling. I can't tell you because I haven't tested that directly myself. I would say, I don't know, 5 to 15%, anywhere within that range.
Yeah, that's a very specific setup and difference in configuration that you're talking about.
Yep.
I mean, you're adding a lot of additional cooling by adding a completely additional 360 rad. So I would expect it to significantly reduce the liquid temperature. Maybe 10 degrees, but you're never going to know unless you actually test it out and benchmark it.
Yeah, A/B comparison, do it. And then next we got Ian Gasek, $5. If I have a 6700K and I can get a 7700K for $192, should I buy it and try to sell my old 6700K? Would it be worthwhile even if I break even?
Ian, no. At the same clock speeds, the 6700K and the 7700K are exactly the same chip. So unless your 6700K overclocks like a dog and you can't get much frequency out of it, you're really not going to get much performance boost out of a 7700K. Maybe you'll be able to run it 100 or 200 megahertz faster.
Won't really
but
do
again,
much for
it's
game
luck of the draw.
Yeah.
You might even have a 6700K that overclocks really well and a 7700K that doesn't overclock really well. and the 6700K does better.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't bother with that particular upgrade.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Rod90265. This is my father-in-law.
Oh, hi, Rod.
This is Rodney. $20. You stop giving me money, father-in-law, but thank you. I was going to get a Shakey's large pepperoni and sausage pizza tonight. Sounds pretty typical for him.
That sounds good.
It's so good, but I didn't, so I have an extra $20. Kyle and Heather love Shakey's pizza. That is true.
Heather eats pizza.
Although my wife would not eat anything on it other than the bread and the sauce now that she's vegan.
So no cheese, like she can't have cheese.
The point is
and
that
she can't have any food that tastes good. That's another thing.
the point is that I get to eat all of it.
If it brings enjoyment when you put it in your mouth,
it's vegan.
Non-vegan. I mean, it's not vegan.
Oh yeah, it's not vegan. Yeah. Yes, but thank you very much, Rodney. Appreciate it. So,
Jojo Boy 26.
Jojo Boy 26, $5. Hey, I'm a new PC builder and I still haven't actually built a PC yet, but thanks to Bitwit, I know how to build one.
All right.
Sweet.
You're welcome, Jojo.
I'm sure you watched the tutorial video and had no problems with that.
Thank you.
Dingo on my 40, $5. Do you guys play platinum games like Bayonetta, Metal Gear Rising, Nier Automata, Vanquish, other action games like Devil May Cry? I have never played any of those games.
Not really.
I've heard some of the first Metal Gear Solids.
is really good this year, though. If that's the same game I'm thinking about.
My friend swears by Devil May Cry. I've heard that's really fun.
Yeah, but I haven't tried many of those that you've suggested. Dingo on my 40. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Jujubes, $13.37. See what you did there. ASRock AB350 ITX won't pick up mouse and keyboard when I try to install Windows 7. Tried PS2 adapter for mouse, no good. Hooked up SSHD to personal rig and install with success, but ITX can't identify boot drive. Thoughts? Can't identify the boot drive. Make sure that identify the boot drive.
PS2 adapter.
Make sure that everything's updated.
The
in
way
terms of your
this
BIOS.
is phrased is confusing because he's talking about an ASRock motherboard, but then he says hooked up SSD to personal rig. Does that mean a completely different system? And install was a success. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to
His
figure out
personal
exactly what
rig
he's
was able to
asking.
identify the SSHD, but his ASRock ITX can't identify it as a boot
okay.
drive. Perhaps that's what I'm thinking.
All right. It sounds like you have a faulty motherboard, honestly, because Windows 7, like,
If you can't even pick up the mouse and
are your
keyboard.
mouse and keyboard recognized in the BIOS?
In the BIOS, yeah, that's a good
Then
indicator.
yeah, but you might potentially
dead
have
IO.
a faulty motherboard.
Yeah.
That would be my.
Heather, hey, it's my wife. Wifey sauce, $5. No, Dad. Shakey's is your favorite pizza. It is his favorite pizza. But you know what? I'm a Shakey's fan too, so I'm just gonna let that one
I
slide.
do like the Mojo potatoes.
Yep. Thank you very much, honey. I'll be sure to pay you back. We'll have a nice dinner at McDonald's or something.
Joe Kunkel.
Joe Kunkel, $5. After you review Kyle, I got a Dark Base 700 and building a 1700X and 1080 Ti, hoping to squeeze a 240 and a 360 radiator in it. Thanks for what you do. That sounds like a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
Best of luck to you,
Nice.
and appreciate all the support. Brian Webb, $5.55. I named my computer McDaniel after my grandfather Dan, who died in January. He always wanted to build a computer with me, but we never got the chance. That's too bad, honestly. I'm sorry about that, Brian.
That's like sweet, but also kind of sad.
Yeah.
But
you know?
I'm glad you were able to build your system.
Yeah. Cheers.
And in his memory.
Cheers to your grandfather.
I don't have anything to drink.
I have a grandfather too. I have one last sip, but
well, cheers.
whatever. Air cheers.
Okay.
That's fine. Sorry about that, man. Fred Rant, $25. Here you go. What 34-inch curved monitor do you recommend? Not price point, best one. I mean, I think your options are pretty much the X34 Predator from Acer and the PG whatever from Asus.
There's
competitor.
There's a lot more 34-inch curved monitors out there if you're looking specifically.
Those are both G-Sync
if
too.
you're specifically looking at 21:9 and G-Sync, then yeah, Predator X34 is a good option. There's the X35 now as well, though. There's also quite a few options that are cheaper if you don't need G-Sync that you can get for like $500 and $600.
Yeah.
A lot of them use the same panel. Like the
Right.
panel's the same. It's just a different housing around it, and maybe it may or may not have the G-Sync.
Yeah.
So yeah, Fred, I don't think we can give you a straight up, here's exactly what you should get option.
Yeah. They're all sort of different in their own way,
But
but they're all good.
But if you're dedicated to getting to G-Sync, then the X34, in our experience, we've had
It's been great.
a good experience with, and since it's been out for a little while now, you might be able to get it for a little bit cheaper than it was originally.
Yeah. Omar Tyndall, $5. I got my Pixel 2 a couple days ago, and it takes, it takes a full minute for it to be recognized by Windows over USB. Tried every port and 3 different cables. I have not run into that issue with my Pixel 2. Once you turn on the USB debugging mode within your phone, it should connect pretty quickly with like a USB-C cable. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. You might just have a slow system, maybe. Make sure that there are no background processes running that don't need to be. But I can't really give you much more than that unless I have a closer look at your system. But thank you very much nonetheless for the donation, Omar. Next up, we've got Bryce Williams, Way Forward for the $5. Please help. I've tried to find it, but how do I get my PC and Xbox to sound into the same headset? Y'all gave me all the PC knowledge I have today. How do you get your PC and Xbox One sound into a single headset? I don't have an Xbox. You have an Xbox. Paul, have you ever tried to pipe both the sound of your Xbox and your PC into a single set of headphones?
No.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That honestly seems like a really easy Google search though. So I would look to Google because Google knows more than we do. I'm sorry we don't have more information on that, Bryce.
You need a mixer. You need something that you can connect both devices to, that you can connect the single device to.
Oh yeah, a lot of people in chat are saying the same thing. Get a mixer.
Different solutions for that. Some that are more advanced and expensive than others. But since we haven't done it ourselves,
Yeah.
we don't have an exact, hey, do this solution. But chat is
Right.
blowing up right now with some options. So
Yeah. Read chat. They know more than we do.
Here's a beer.
Danny Lou, thank you very much, sir. Danny Lou, for the 5 Canadiers, would my Corsair 120 HD RGB fans work on DDR3 Asus B85 Plus motherboard?
Yes.
Why would they not? They will definitely work. Quoth the...
I don't know if the RGB would work. I mean, do those just use a standard RGB plug? Or are they addressable?
I think those are just... Oh, those actually might be addressable.
Or do they have
The
to
120
use...
HDs.
But if that was the case, they'd have to use the Corsair, the Corsair
They have
Link.
another its own controller, right?
Yeah, the Corsair
Yeah.
Link.
Just use the Corsair Link or whatever.
So yeah.
Quoth the Oboe, $5. Building my first PC. Thank you for being awesome. My dad is in IT and has built many computers, but it's much easier to watch 2 attractive
Oh.
dudes. Haha.
That's very kind of you.
Yeah. Well, yep, you got it. We are sexy as hell. James Brule for the $10. Thank you guys for the awesome videos. I just finished my PC build. Thanks to you guys. Keep it up. My question is, if I bought the ammo, would y'all come to South Texas for some explosions? I was literally just in Texas, where there were many explosions around me. So I'm all explosioned out at the moment, but if the opportunity ever arises, I'll be sure to look into that offer.
I agree.
Thank you very much, James. Yet Gaming, $10. Built my first gaming PC because of your awesome content. I started my own channel because of you guys. Yet Gaming, sweet. Good luck to you on your new channel, Yet, and it's probably the best thing we've ever seen.
Congrats on building your first gaming PC.
That too. Jim Arbarquez. 250 PHP. Very close to PCP.
I believe that's Philippine peso.
Philippine. Yeah, okay, sure. Well, we'll call it that. Hi, guys. I have a Corsair 6 Extreme EATX motherboard and a 360 by 60 millimeter radiator. I'm having a hard time picking a case that would fit it. And I don't want to do a full ATX case. I just want a mid-tower. Honestly...
Yes, Philippine peso.
Both? Okay, cool. Oh, you know your Philippine currency.
I've been to the Philippines multiple times.
That is true. Honestly, dude, there's a lot of mid-tower cases out there that are sort of like oversized mid-towers. I'd even say like some of the ones that we talked about today, like the H700i and the Dark Base 700. Those are pretty hefty mid-towers that might be able to fit what you're looking for. 360 by 60. I think either of those could fit it either at the front or the top, no problem. So give those a look. There's a bunch of other options out there too. Ryan Blackwell, $5. Kyle, please, or no, not Kyle. Please explain why an Aorus water block won't fit Strix for my friend David. It's because it's frickin' David. Why the fuck would anything work for David?
Why an Aorus water block won't fit Strix.
Because it's
Oh,
Aorus. And then the other one's Strix.
No, I can explain this. So, water blocks are made specifically to fit on top of
Oh, I see what he's
a
asking.
graphics card, and the graphics card, the
PCBs.
significant, the important part of the graphics card is the PCB, the actual circuit board that's printed, and it's laid out, and there's a GPU in the middle, and there's probably some memory around there, and there's some power delivery and everything. So when you're talking about two different graphics cards from two different vendors, there might be the reference design, the original design, and a lot of different vendors will use that original design, in which case a water block would be compatible with all those original designs. But a lot of vendors make their own custom designs for that PCB, and they might move stuff around or whatever. So that's why a water block specifically made, for instance, for an Aorus GTX 1080 Ti might fit a certain way on top of the GPU and where the memory is and where the power delivery is. But the Asus GTX 1080 Ti that's specifically that they designed how they wanted to might have things in slightly different locations. So that's why they're not both compatible.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Paul. Very well said.
Thank you.
Well put. Next up, we've got one from Jackson950 for the $6.66 Canadiers. Built my first PC thanks to you guys, but should I upgrade my Cooler Master Box Lite 5 later due to restricted airflow? 8700K GTX 1080, 16 gigabytes of DDR4. Would have been nice to know what case you're coming from. To be honest, but if you really...
He says, should I upgrade my Cooler Master Box Lite 5?
Oh, sorry. I thought that's what he was upgrading to.
If you want an upgradable case, the Cooler Master Series and the various flavors it comes in is a good option there, because they have lots of different add-ons and front panels and top panels and radiator brackets and all that kind of stuff that you can add on. So if you're talking about upgrading due to restricted airflow, then potentially yes. I mean, you're talking about a standard ATX case, so you might be able to remove the front panel and add more fans or something like that. So yeah, I would say yes.
Yeah.
Jackson, you should upgrade.
Yeah. If you
have
starved for
restricted
airflow, then do it. Arthur6, $5. I have a 1080 Ti, but I don't know what monitor to get. Should I go for a 2560 by 1440 60x9 panel or 2560 by 1080 ultra wide? Both are 144 hertz IPS.
Between those, I go for the 2560 by 1440.
Me too.
2560 by 1080 is just it's
too scrunched.
Yeah,
down.
the resolution is a little too low for what
ultra
it
wide.
is.
I agree.
If you're going ultra wide, I like
completely.
3440 by 1440 for the resolution.
Your real estate will go longer, I think, for the first one. Fred Rant, $25. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Fred.
Kyle, here's another 25 for golfing lessons. Nice.
No.
Yes, I watched the video and laughed. Yes, I'm a terrible mini golfer and
mini golfer?
and regular golfer. Yeah, it was a vlog that we posted recently. Wifey sauce kicked my ass, and I will definitely use that money for golfing lessons too. Thank you very much, Fred. Jeffrey Bishop, $5. The apparition of these faces in the crowd, petals on a wet black bow. What?
It's poetic.
It's so deep. So deep, I have no idea what the fuck it means. But that is the last. Thank you very Jeffrey. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. That is the last donation, so that is going to sum up this half of the show. Don't go anywhere, guys. There's going to be a part 2 on Paul's channel. If you're watching us on YouTube right now live, go ahead and head over to the link in the description below. You can go to youtube.com/paulshardware to get there. It's going to be a fantastic half of the show. Thank you guys so much for everything. And if you guys are watching this after the fact or even live, go ahead and feel free to do some timestamps in the comments. I'll pin your comment, whoever has the best timestamps, and I will thank you 1,000 times over because I'm too lazy to do it myself. That's pretty much it.
Bye, guys.
Bye.